Hello, my name is Ali and welcome to my channel. We are back with Hakuoki Kyoto wins Nagakura's route. I am home with pink eye. So much fun. Both eyes. So yeah, it's not fun. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. Let's just go.
You've got the most energy, Shin. Don't think you're getting out of this.
I'll help too, Heisuke.
Oh yeah? We'll take it on together. You and me alone. Forget Shin.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't say I wasn't gonna do it.
Shinpachi, there's some trash over there. Go throw it away.
We aren't starting till tomorrow, right, Heisuke?
Stop running around like that. We just cleaned and you're already kicking up dust. I was enjoying the banter when I noticed something. Oh. I could just see Okita and Dr. Matsumoto outside walking off somewhere together. That's a weird way of stating that. Even though I know I've read this like 500 times. I'm probably going to do It's Not Any of My Business, but I just want to make sure. Yes, that's correct. All right. Due to the fact that we're not doing Okita's route, we already did him. That sounds wrong. Anyway, I was worried for Okita, but he'd be fine so long as Dr. Matsumoto was with him. After the excitement wound down, I excused myself and went back to work. I was outside sweeping, bamboo broom in hand, when he appeared. Oh, who's he? I don't know.
What are you doing here?
Don't come any closer. Oh, it's Chikage. I think that's who it is. I think. His voice was so deep that it felt as if it were exhumed from the depths of the earth, cowering me. Slowly, I turned around. I was right, okay. I was like, he who? You have the pure blood of a demon running in your veins, and yet you run errands and clean up for a pack of humans? Kazama. His face was a mixture of surprise and sneering disgust as he looked down at me through cold eyes. I held the broom in both hands like a staff and stepped into what I hoped was a fighting stance. What are you doing here? He laughed with disdain, snorting at my weapon. You mean to fight me with that, Your heritage hasn't blessed you with brains, I see. His tone was mocking, but his eyes were like 2 chips of ice. This was a dangerous man. What was I to do? I could hardly face him alone.
Calm down. I haven't come here to fight. Not today, at least. I only want to know what, if anything, you have to do with Kyoto.
My father? I was staring at him, stunned by his statement.
Father? You mean Kyoto?
If you're talking about Kyoto Yukimura, then yes, he's my father.
I see.
At first he seemed surprised, but then he wore a malicious grin, as if he became privy to everything. Why are you asking about my father? I lowered the broom, my situation temporarily forgotten, when...
Trying to sneak into the enemy camp alone, huh? Well, not on my watch.
Hijikata. I don't know why, but every time I say Hijikata, I think of ricotta cheese. I don't know why. I love cheese, so I guess maybe that's why. I don't know.
What are you doing out in broad daylight? It's a little early to be picking up chicks, pal.
Get away from her.
Harada, Heisuke, and Hijikata, the 3 H's.
I heard you yelling. Sounded like you were up to something besides cleaning.
You alright, Chizuru? Are you hurt?
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm fine.
The Mibu's wolves can only fight in a pack, eh? Watch it.
I could feel the tension rising by the second, but it was Kazama who attempted to cut through it.
If you want to play, then I'll happy to oblige you, but I'm here today to take care of some business. More specifically, to issue a warning. Stop trying to turn humans into demons.
What? Humans into demons? Was he talking about the water of life?
You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. What makes you think we're gonna listen to a sleazebag who'd attack a girl in broad daylight? Idiots. Are you too blind to see I'm doing you a favor? Well, they do say the smaller the dog, the louder the bark.
This is our turf. You better shut your trap before we gotta do it for you.
He looked away from the captains, as if entirely uninterested in them, and flashed a cold gaze to me.
Chizuru Yukimura. Kyoto is with us now. Do you understand what that means? Your father has abandoned the shogunate.
What? His mysterious smile gave me nothing in the way of explanation.
Why are you here? I suggest you think on that carefully.
Then, with a slow rippling motion, like a shadow sliding on ground, he turned his back and vanished. What was happening? What were demons, and why had they come after me? My father was with them? On their side, he must have meant... Did that mean he was working with imperialists? The inside of my head was a swirling mass of questions and doubts. But the one thing that most concerned me was... Let's see, we are going to say... their interest in me. Why were Kazuma and his friends after me? He'd said that I had the blood of a demon, but...
Why is he after you anyway?
Come on. There's only one reason a guy'd go to this much trouble over a girl.
What? What is it? What is it?
I bet you anything. He's in love with her.
What? His response was surprising to say the least, and it seemed to come from nowhere. I don't think it's love. I think he's just obsessed. Anyway.
Why are you so surprised? Suspicious.
I'd be suspicious too, so I can understand.
Sure, you dress like a boy, but you really think a smart guy can't figure out the truth? That demon guy's a jerk, but he's sharp.
No, he's not in... That's not the reason.
You might be the only person who feels that way, you know.
Why are you doing this to me? Please stop. My voice faded in a pathetic whimper.
Geez, Sano, why do you gotta bring your dirty thoughts into every conversation you have?
God, my eye is itchy. Pink eye sucks.
Don't you think now isn't the time to be talking about that kind of stuff with her?
Hey, I'm not bringing my dirty mind into anything. I'm just saying I call it like it is. I see it.
There he goes.
I wasn't sure what to say, but my face started to feel hot all of a sudden.
Knock it off. Back to work, you two. Also, stop talking about Yukimura's gender when other warriors are around to hear it. Yeah, I know.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun, eh? Will you be okay by yourself?
Yeah, I'm almost done, so I'll be fine.
I think I skip a few words often, but oh well.
You still get the point, right? You still understand what I'm reading? I looked up at the sky. The sun began to set. I need to hurry up and finish my cleaning.
Cheer up, Chizuru.
He's so sweet. I love Harada. Can I keep him? Harada gave me a friendly clap on the shoulder. Suddenly, my heart felt a little lighter, and my mind a little less troubled. Thank you. I rolled up my sleeves and took a firm grip on my broom. From then on, Matsumoto visited the compound regularly to check up on the men of the Shinsengumi. Ever since Sanan had become the leader of the Furies, the group was named the Fury Corps. Still, I couldn't help but wonder, was it really all right to continue researching the Furies? My heart was heavy with worry. Without him, the Shinsengumi would be nothing. We would cease to exist. If so, why? And we're going to fade away into darkness. Oh my gosh, who's texting me right now? I'm getting like 2 to 3 text messages. April 1866. Come on. April 66. April 66. What the heck's wrong with me? April 1866. Relations between the shogunate and Choshu were turning sour quickly. The shogunate began gathering forces with the intent of asserting dominance in the domain, later becoming known as the Second Choshu Expedition. Although it didn't directly affect the Shinsengumi, Kondo and Ito were called to accompany the shogunate's an envoy on its way to the east, to the, the west region, not the east. My bad. With the chief gone, Hijikata assumed charge of the Shinsengumi. Soon after, unrest grew amongst the Shinsengumi men, who were becoming frustrated with Hijikata's strict leadership. I don't even remember this part. Maybe I'm losing my mind.
What the hell is up with Hijikata? He's been riding us way harder than usual.
You're telling me. I was trying to get permission to go out for a bit, but he wouldn't shut up till I gave him the itinerary of what I wanted to do.
I don't know, guys. Cut him a little slack. If something bad happens while Kondo's out, it could really screw us up. He's got a lot on his mind.
Yeah, sure. I'll buy that. But tell me one thing. Why isn't he cracking down like this on Ito's men? Does he think he can shove us around just because we've known each other longer?
Nagakura frowned and let his back fall onto the floor with a thump. He sat there for some time staring at the ceiling before he spoke again.
All right, that's it. We're going to the city. Everybody get ready.
What? Right now? Hijikata had been quite clear about how he felt regarding nighttime escapades.
Damn right. What does he think we are, priests? Sorry, that was kind of funny. I'm not sitting around in a temple all day. The night's young. We need to tell the rest of the guys. At least we can kind of talk back, but they have to do whatever he says. They're probably miserable.
Run! With that, he disappeared. I suppose we should go too. Someone needs to watch out for Shin. He seems pretty stressed. Yes, he does. Maybe this is part of Nagakura's route that's not seen in the other routes. Maybe that's why I don't recognize it. Harada turned and looked straight at me with an eyebrow pointedly raised. Wait, you mean me? I'm putting you in charge to watch over him. I don't think I've said it in any of the other routes or at the end of his route, but Harada's was the first person who did not drink the water of life, I believe, that we've done, because we've done Hijikata, Okita, Saito, and Heisuke, and that all of them have drank the water of life, except for Harada. So it's going to be interesting in the second game, due to the fact that he's the only one that didn't. Unless I'm wrong and he did and I didn't remember it, but I don't think he did. Anyway, because I remember he had his strong feelings about the water of life. Like, he didn't agree with it. Same thing with Nagakura, so I'm wondering if Nagakura is going to drink it or not. We'll see. Nagakura returned with a number of men in tow, and we headed out into the city. He drank sake by the gallon, and before long, he was in a much better mood.
Come on, boys. Let's hit the next one. Drinks are on me. Oh, I heard that place over there is pretty good. Thank you, sir. But are you sure this is okay? Isn't the commander going to be upset that you brought us out? Don't worry. I'll take responsibility for that. I gave him almost the same voice. Oh well. If he gives you any shit, just tell me and I'll shut him up. You're awesome, Captain Nagakura. We'd follow you anywhere.
Although some of the men seemed nervous, Nagakura's good humor and generosity had buoyed the spirits of the warriors significantly. Although none of them had the courage to say it, I began to suspect that Nagakura wasn't the only person tiring of Hijikata's strict rules.
Shin, don't you think we should be getting back? It's almost curfew. If we aren't home soon, we're gonna get it.
Curfew? Come on, curfew's for kids. Forget it. We'll be fine.
Fine? If we break curfew, we have to,
Ha! Hijikata wants to make me cut myself open. He's welcome to try.
I wasn't sure if it was the alcohol, but whatever it was, Nagakura wasn't listening to Heisuke. Nagakura? He turned to look at me.
Hey, Chizuru. You coming, right?
What should I say? We are going to say... We shouldn't. I'm like, where is it? I can't find it. We shouldn't. No, of course I'm not. We can't break curfew.
But...
I know Hijikata wouldn't want to make you kill yourself over something like this, but I don't think he's going to back down either. I could feel several pairs of eyes on me, and I suddenly became very aware that I'm lecturing a man twice my size with 4 times my strength. You two have known each other for a long time, right? You're friends. Don't think about the rules. Think about your friend. Butterfly!
Yeah, I guess you're right. He probably doesn't want me dead, huh?
Behind him, I saw Heisuke and Harada let out silent sighs of relief.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, think about how much have we all been there through together?
That sounds so weird. That sentence is so weird. Is that just me? I feel like that is a really weird sentence. It's weirdly put. All right, let's pack it in. If we hurry, we should be able to get back in time. Run! Nobody was anxious to incur Hijikata's wrath, so our exodus was swift. Before we began to move, however, Nagakura turned and bent down close to me.
Hey, thanks for stopping me.
What?
One of my less attractive traits is that once I get stuck on something, I kind of lose sight of other stuff. Gets me in trouble every so often. If you hadn't done what you did, I don't think I would have even considered the consequences until it was way, way too late. So, I'm glad you were here. Thanks, Chizuru.
Oh, it was nothing. I'm glad I could help. Aw, you're so sweet. It's much harder to write off someone you've known well for years, even if you often disagree. In his heart, Nagakura had no real desire to hurt Hijikata, and I was certain that sentiment went the other way as well. Unfortunately, when we got back to headquarters, it was already long past curfew.
Oh, what's going to happen to us? Do you think he's going to make us,
I won't let that happen. I'm the one who dragged you all out there. So, if something goes down, I'll take the heat.
But
I've got no regrets. If I have to kill myself over something as dumb as this, then that's how it goes. And to hell with the Shinsengumi.
Nagakura. He seemed oddly unconcerned for a man who might be about to die. I didn't know what I could say to him, so I just watched as he walked off. Right. Well, come on, guys. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Shinpachi won't leave you twisting in the wind. Okay. At Harada's urging, we followed Nagakura toward the hall. Ruh-roh. Hijikata was waiting for us, looking furious. Getting in pretty late for boys who aren't on night patrol. I think I made the punishment for breaking curfew clear. Not scared of death, I could see some of the other warriors going pale as they looked nervously at one another.
Hey, I forced them to come with me. I'm responsible for all of this, okay?
Don't remember putting you in charge, Shinpachi. I decide who's responsible, and I don't give a shit who invited whom. You all broke regulations. For several long, tense seconds, Hijikata and Nagakura glared at one another.
Hey, Hijikata, it's our fault too. We should have just told Shin to go home earlier. Then none of this would have...
Hijikata's eyes pulled away from Nagakura's and dragged across the rest of us like a sheet of fire. Rooms. Now. You'll get your punishment later.
But...
Come on, Heisuke. Let's go.
What? Why? You're really just gonna leave him here to die?
Harada didn't answer, nor even look at Heisuke. He just stared into Hijikata's eyes deeply. Then he grabbed Heisuke by the arm and began to haul him bodily from the room. Haul him bodily. Weird. You too, Chizuru. Okay. I braved one furtive look back over my shoulder at Nagakura as we walked away. From where I was, I couldn't see his face. Once we reached the hallway out of sight of Hijikata, Hirata stopped. Then, very quietly, he moved toward the sliding door. He only pressed an index finger to his lips, telling me to be quiet, and I'm going to let you guys go here. I hope you are enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!